warming up here. Let's see, it's warming up. I think we've got the feed coming through. All right, let's start off with the intro here. You guys are watching the #1 freedom podcast in the entire of Gainesville, Florida. Yes, that's right. The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is #1 in all of Florida. I'm claiming someone's gonna be mad about that and challenge my claim on #1 in all of Florida. You know what? Forget it. #1 in America, #1 on the planet for the Second Amendment, freedom, man stuff. You are watching Who Moved My Freedom. First thing I want to remind you guys to do is go to thehankstrange.com and sign up for our email list there. Check out Lola's deals. Lola's always working on throwing deals up there for you guys. If you want to know what platforms we're on, you can find a list of that under the Strangerholics tab. So that's the place to go there. We've got links to Ballistic Ink that you can go to. That's where you can get cool shirts like this Gun Nerd shirt. I know I need to design like some new shirts. We got to work on all of that stuff, but it's been really crazy around here. That being said, oh yeah, of course, I cannot forget U.S. Law Shield. We do have, I don't know if that's, there we go, we got that in focus. U.S. Law Shield. This is the Florida gun law book that I keep showing here, but you guys can sign up for U.S. Law Shield in the description. We've got some savings in there. I am a member. Lola is also a member. All right, that being said, let me throw my guests up in here on the screen and smash the open button, and let's go for it.
Welcome back to the Hank
All right, guys,
situation.
make sure you subscribe to the channel here, smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. We are live, so we've got a new guest, Tools and Targets. He's joining us. We do this thing called Jazz Hands. Everyone has to do the jazz hands. Let's see, keep it going. No one can stop the jazz hands until I say so. No, all right, good, great jazz hands going. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on out there. This is episode 756 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. As I said, my guests are Tools and Targets and young DillSpec joining us here live. Welcome to everyone out there. Big shout out to Walther Arms. You guys can see it down there. They sponsor the show. We appreciate that. Lots of cool things coming out from Walther, including the new PDP. If you haven't seen that, I've got a long interview with them talking about that. Anyone familiar with the PDP out there?
We have one in stock.
Awesome. What are you guys selling it for in the store, Dylan?
$649.
$649. There you go. What do you think about it? Like it? You can tell us if you don't like it. We just won't have you back on the show ever again. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly, I really like it.
You do? Oh, okay. All right.
I think it has a really good trigger, nice feeling gun from what I've been able to see.
Do you think, so I think it is an improvement from from the previous why is it going out of my brain? The PPQs. Do you like, and then obviously people are like, oh, it's the same as the PPQ. What do you think?
To be honest with me, I don't have a ton of personal experience with Walther guns in general. We sell quite a few of them, and I get feedback from other people. But the PDP, based on what I've seen, to me, it's like the nicest feeling. I like the trigger on it, and if you're a striker fire guy like me, you could shoot that gun really well.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, good. There you go. I mean, what more of an endorsement can you ask for right there? Let's go. This comment from Michael Avens is for Tools and Targets. We'll go full screen on him. Boom! He says, that's the way to rock a hat.
Hey, if you're going to do it, go all the way with it, man.
Yeah. What's up, Tools and Targets, man? Good to see you for the first time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me tonight.
Oh, yeah, you're most welcome. I see an AK behind you. I see some kind of bullpup. What is that bullpup behind you?
That is the Panzer BP-12. Love that shotgun. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, how does it run? I haven't had a chance to.
Amazing. That gun is absolutely amazing. I was kind of hesitant on buying that. I had looked at that thing for years, man, and I was real hesitant because I've seen a lot of videos where people getting failure to feeds, failure to ejects, but it's run flawless for me. Absolutely flawless, man. No
Oh,
problems.
cool. What did you? What's the price point on those?
I paid $649 for it. You can get them for around $599 sometimes, but I've seen them as much as 700-ish or so even.
Okay. So the Archangel says, "Is that a Cletus McFarlane hat?"
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. What, Cletus McFarlane sells those hats? Is that
He
what?
does. It's some
Oh.
of his merch, yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. So he's based in Florida, I think.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his own racetrack. Where?
Awesome.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh, dude, if I had my own racetrack,
He's living the
um,
dream, man. Like
yeah.
I watched him. Well, I'm sure a lot of people who's a fan did watched him
Mhm.
come from just small time, putting
Mhm.
turbo whistles and exhaust to buying a racetrack. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations to him on that. I haven't gotten a chance to go up there, but hopefully one of these days I'll go up there. Maybe I'll go up there with the camper van and see how fast I can get this thing going.
That would be awesome, dude.
And that's where we flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go viral, but Lola will definitely divorce me
Yeah, exactly.
after I crash that. So let's see here. Are you aware of Cletus McFarlane at all, Dylan? Do you know who that is? YouTube? No,
Not really.
no. There you go. So you're not into cars, I take it.
Yeah.
You don't look at car stuff on the YouTubes.
Not so much.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I understand. It's all right.
Yeah, some people's not into the car thing.
Yeah.
That's all I need is another expensive hobby.
Right.
You
Exactly.
talking about expensive,
Yeah.
yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
He's only into guns and older ladies. Cougars. That's it.
That's correct.
Guns and
Oh, love
cougars.
it.
When you make your YouTube channel, that's what you should call it. You better reserve that right now.
That would be amazing,
Yeah.
dude.
Guns and cougars. Oh my
or as
gosh.
or as Kevin Dixie would say, saber tooth.
Oh boy. Yeah, that I think that would actually be fun. That would be cool. You would be the man to do it. You would be the man to do it. I think you could, you could blow Demo Ranch out of the box in terms of numbers if you do that, Dylan. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
You need to get on that. I want to see that. That's a channel. That's a channel I want to see right now. Shout out to Smash Time. I see him out there. He's bigging you up. And obviously he was on the show, and you were on his show, right?
Oh yeah, I love me some Smash Time. He was really one of the first YouTubers that kind of reached out to me, man. Like, just how's it going? Just collabing, and he's an awesome dude, man. I love some Smash Time.
Yeah, he absolutely was a good dude, and
I mean, he's not as good as me, but he's all right. I mean,
he was cool, man. He was a nice guy.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to figure out. I got to make time to get on his show as well as other people. I know I'm supposed to, there's people invited me to go on their stuff. It's just really crazy, and yeah, my head is always spinning. I'm basically falling through the days here. This is how crazy it is.
I don't see how you do it every night, a podcast like this. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, actually, tomorrow night we're gonna take the night off, which is what we do from time to time when I need some extra. One of my lights just fell down. This is so ridiculous.
I got a feeling Lola does all the work, and you're just a pretty face of the channel. Am I right?
Lola does do a lot of stuff. This light actually fell down. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out some other place to stash this light here. Let's see. We'll put it there for now. There we go. All right. All right. So you know what? Let's. Everyone's talking about cougars, and this is how so easily gun guys can get distracted.
I love it.
LV Louis Cipher says better cougars than turkey vultures. I don't
True
even.
that.
Yeah, I don't even want to know. And Armament and Axis says if I take the cars up to Cletus McFarlane, he would welcome you. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do that one of these days. So let's see here. You know what? Here's what we should do, Tools and Targets. Tell the folks out there in the audience about yourself, about your channel, what kind of stuff you do there. I'll jump to your channel while we're talking about it here.
About me, man. I'm a gun loving, freedom loving, rights and no compromise kind of guy. I'm a child of the '80s, I guess you would say, born in the '70s, but I guess you would say that's a child of the '80s for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just all about some guns, man. As far as my channel, I do everything from ammo scouting around to unboxing guns. I've got my own little steel shooting range. I do a lot of shooting. Just getting into the reloading thing, so I'm going down a huge rabbit hole.
Yeah, it looks like
man.
you're doing a lot of reloading, a lot of ammo from what I could see. You got some Rock Island stuff going on there too. That's cool.
Yeah, I just did a little video on that little M206, that 38 special little stubby, man. That gun was.
What's up, y'all? Coming at you today with another little gun.
It surprised the heck out of me, that little gun. I was amazed at the accuracy of that little gun because I'm not the best shooter. I like to think I'm Wild Bill Hickok out there, but but it was amazing, the accuracy on that little gun. I was really, really impressed.
It comes with wood grips as well as the rubber grips. That's cool.
Yeah, and then the wood grips sold me on that because y'all be 46 next month, but I'm just so into the old timey look, and that gun it just reminded me of an old detective show, so it's sold me on it instantly.
That's all it took. Do you ever see these out your way, Dylan? I've not seen that revolver before. I don't know if you've seen the Rock Island revolver coming through the store.
I've seen some Rock Island revolvers, but I don't think I've seen that particular one.
Oh, okay. All right.
A lot of people are familiar with the M200. It's the 4-inch.
That's what
barrel.
we have.
A lot of people. That little 206 is a hot little item, man. It flies out of the store when it's in there. It's the little 2-inch barreled one.
Mm-hmm.
We've had people ask for that one, and we haven't had one.
Yeah.
It's super hot little gun.
Yeah. So
so inexpensive, $239 for that.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Does it feel lightweight?
Not really, which I like. I'm not a fan of those, what do they call them, the featherweights or whatever they call them, ultraweights or whatever. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of those really light guns like that. And this one's got some heft to it now. But I will say, I got pretty big hands. And when you try to get a hold of that little wooden grip, man, it just disappears in your hands for sure.
Where are you based out of? What state are you in? Can you tell me?
I'm in southwestern Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool.
Sic Semper Tyrannis for all the Virginia guys out there.
All right. Smash Time says, ask him about not getting monetized. Because I saw you have about 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to recommend everyone go subscribe to you. But are you not monetized?
You don't even want to open up that can of worms. But no, I'm not.
What's the deal?
I tell you, man, the deal is YouTube, and I don't want to get too crazy with it because you'll get me on a serious rant as far as that goes. But I hit the 1,000 mark. I went a little bit over the 1,000, of course, and you see the content on my channel. It's gun shooting. I shoot little explosive targets. Very little modification whatsoever. If I modify something, it's going to be changing grips. So I did my whole applied for monetization deal. Waited for a couple weeks, heard nothing. I saw, they're busy, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and right at a month, I get a denial. The reason for the denial is harmful or dangerous content, of course, and a link into the firearms policy. But what really got me is, and I'm sure you've been through this, and anybody with YouTube has been through this mess. They don't tell you what the problem is. They make it so general because, let's be honest, they don't want you to fix it. They're the people that are running YouTube right now, they absolutely hate firearms. Like, we're not kidding ourselves by thinking any different. They hate firearms, so they generalize it so broad that you can never figure it out. And, I went through the channel, and what really, really gets me about it is when you go through their firearms policy and you see, well, what happens if you violate these terms, if your content is deemed dangerous or harmful. Well, what are the repercussions? Well, you'll get sent warnings and your content will be removed. I've not received a single warning about a single video. I've not had any content removed. So it's too dangerous and harmful to monetize me, but it's not dangerous and harmful enough to take it down. That's what really gets me going, man.
Yeah,
really gets me bad.
So how long ago was that they denied you?
I'll be able to reapply on May the 5th. So it was on the 5th of this month. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I plan on reapplying every 30 days. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think my channel will ever get monetized, because when I go through, there's a few videos that I can kind of look at. The very first video I made with this AK, this Palmetto AK, I showed putting a bayonet on it. Maybe they can point to that as modification. And the only other modification I have whatsoever is a little Heritage Rough Rider revolver putting bird head grips on the thing.
Yeah,
that's it for mine. So if they're pointing at dangerous content with my shooting, it's a wrap. There's no fixing that.
No, I think someone just universally denied you. I don't. I mean, I don't know if this is getting too personal, but like the thoughts that are coming to my mind. Behind the scenes on your videos, do you have tags in your videos?
As far as you mean, like
video tags. So whenever you post a video, are you putting in video tags there?
Not one single tag.
Okay, because I would say, I would say remove all of those.
Not a single tag.
Do you have any links to firearms firearms companies?
Not one single link at all. I don't get it.
Okay, yeah. It's tough to figure out what's going on there, because I've heard, like, there's other people who've recently started channels and they've gotten monetized, right? I'm sure you've seen that, Dylan. It's kind of random.
I totally don't get it, man. I can't fit, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they're so vague because they really don't want you. They don't like this content is the bottom line. So they're not going to pinpoint. If they would tell me a specific video, then it would be my choice. Do I want to conform or do I not? You know,
I don't think they want to do that for legal reasons, and they just really don't want you to know. Like what we're doing right now is guessing, and that's what they want everyone to do.
Right.
I could tell you guys, like on the car side of Stranger Palooza, the channel I created for car stuff, when I qualified for monetization, probably 5 minutes after I pushed the request button, they monetized me. And that's
unreal, man.
Yeah, that's on the car side. So on the main Hank Strange channel, recently I just saw, I think about 15 of my latest videos where we're shooting guns. They went through and limited the ad revenue on that.
And see, and that's if that's the case, that's why I say, if that's what they're saying is harmful or dangerous, is me shooting on my own steel range, blowing up little explosive binary targets. If that's the reason, I'll never get monetized, because I refuse to change that. That's my channel. I mean, that's me, you know.
They have some kind of thing about where you have to, where you have to be on a professional range. I don't even understand. Listen, I really don't understand where YouTube is going with gun content and all that. It's kind of crazy. It's tough to figure it out. And I'm not really sure what we're going to all do about that. They're obviously, trying to push us in a specific direction. People want to know if you're live out there, Dylan. He's alive. He's here. He's waiting for the ladies to start asking him questions. I'm sure he's seeing. Can you see the chat, Dylan?
No, I cannot.
Oh, there should be something you could. There should be something there where you.
Oh, I just found it.
Yeah. And the same thing goes for you, Tools and Targets. You should be able to press a button there.
I did. I figured that out. Yeah. I'll say one more thing about the YouTube. I see some jokes in the comments about it's the hat that's triggering them. You know what's so funny is I made a video on Easter, and I took some binary explosives and I put them in the Easter eggs, and the whole premise, I made a little story out of it with this ammo shortage that I went out to shoot on Easter, and my ammo was all gone, and the Easter bunny had stolen it and made these explosive eggs, was the story of the video. And at the very end, I found the Easter bunny in the video, and I blew him up with tannerite, and the very next day is when my decision come back demonetized or not monetized. People were like, man, you killed the Easter bunny. That's what did it.
Yeah, they saw that video and they were like, no.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's really crazy and it's really random. I would suggest like looking for alternate. Look, if it sucks that that's the way that it is, but maybe, are you on Patreon or some other crowdsourcing thing like that?
I made a little subscribe star profile, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not doing this for money. I don't need money from this. I'm not a rich guy, but I don't need any money off. I'm doing this for the fun, man. I love doing this stuff. But my thing is they're making money off of me. Whether they monetize me or not, people watching my channel is boosting their numbers. They can take it to their advertisers and show these views. If they're making money off me, I want to get into their pocket. I just want to because I know they're profiting off of me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Dylan, did you want to jump in here on that? No.
I think he's exactly right.
Okay. Yeah. Here's my response is what I'm going to say to you, because I hear a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'm not doing this for money," which I think is valid and it's noble and everything, but you're making videos on a regular basis and putting videos up there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and it costs you money for ammo, for the guns that you have. It's your time and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with people who are looking at you, because people are looking at your videos, you getting some revenue to help you keep that, you know, keep everything going forward. You should be rewarded for that. You know, you're doing something. You should be rewarded for it. If you don't want the money, you could take it and give it to charity or do whatever you want. I'm sure if you got a couple of bucks out of it, you would put it back into what you're doing. And it shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Anyone else doing anything else out there, if someone's doing makeup or anything else, like, you know, I'm doing cars on the other channel, that person is putting up videos. Everyone's putting up stuff that they love, that they're into, that they're interested in, and they're making a couple of bucks out of it. Why not?
Right. Oh, I totally agree with you. It would be great. Yeah. I mean, but you know, like I say, my main purpose isn't for the money, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It costs time and it's money, but I would do it anyway, but I probably wouldn't go this far with it. That's what I was telling you. The views, like if nobody watched it now, that'd be a different story. I'd quit recording because man, when I go out to the range, I want to have fun and shoot, and it takes so much time. I don't think people realize just how much time it takes to move these cameras and get these angles. It's just out of sight. But I have started the whole Amazon affiliate thing. So I've been putting links and what I would do, just like exactly what you said, it would be for me, I would put it into better audio visual equipment to make the stuff better, maybe little giveaways here and there. It would be great to do that. But I would really want it to come from these YouTube suckers, man, just because they are profiting off of us, you know?
Yeah.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah, instead of them giving them the money to people who say that they're charitable organizations, and then they go out there and buy a bunch of mansions in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
BLM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, $26,000 at a restaurant.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know,
in one sitting, that kind of craziness. Yeah, let's see. There's a couple of things I want to get into here. Jen Champ Jr. says Alphabet just reported earnings. CEO said that 1 billion hours a day being watched worldwide. 1 billion.
That's insane, right? Especially with this whole lockdown. I mean, it's shot in their value through the roof, man. I don't remember them off my head, but I was listening to some statistics the other day about how many more creators have started on YouTube since this whole thing. It was mind blowing, the number.
Yeah. I don't think we should feel guilty about it. This is really the thing I'm saying. We shouldn't. No. You know, we shouldn't feel guilty. It's not cool. They're basically discriminating against gun people. You know, 2A people, and this is something that's protected in the Constitution. They feel fine discriminating against us, and then there's all kinds of other, you know, everyone else is welcome.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Go ahead, Dylan.
And, you know, the people that run YouTube, they want to claim that they're a private company so they can make these policies to discriminate against our kind, but then they want to say that they're a public utility so they don't get taxed like a corporation.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's talking about YouTube earnings right now. They're definitely making money. By the way, smash the thumbs ups out there, guys. I appreciate it. You know, for everyone that's joining us here, smash the thumbs ups, you know, especially if you're enjoying the conversation. If we're horrible and you don't like us, smash the thumbs down. It's all good. It's all interaction on the good old YouTubes there. So... Let's see what we've got going on here. Okay, so listen, let's switch it a little bit. I hope you get the whole YouTube situation worked out. I'm sure people have advice. Are you having some problems with your audio, Dylan?
I think I got it straightened out. I'm just kind of getting used to this new little platform.
Oh, someone was at, speaking of platform, I think, who was it? Let me see. I'm going to go back here. I think it was Armament and Axis was asking me what software. Let me see if I could find his exact question. I think he was asking me what software I'm using here. I'm using Ecamm. It's the same software I've been using all the while. The difference here with this is that, this is kind of like, this is a built-in thing for Ecamm where we can do this kind of thing. And as I'm looking at it, I just noticed I have 59 minutes of interview time remaining. Huh. That's interesting. I hope that when we hit that hour, they don't kick us out. Because basically, wait, that's interesting. I need to look into that here while we're talking.
What is it, like an upgrade you can do and get more time or something like that?
Yeah, every month they give you like 20 hours, which I've already gone through. I've already gone through here, so I'm going to work on it. Okay, so tell us about some gun stuff. Who's got some gun stuff that they want to talk about? Dylan, we should make you tell us about what guns, what's going on in the store. Give us an update with that.
Well, AR pistols are selling quite well because, they're about to vote on the new guy for the head of the AFT. We are selling a lot of handguns still. I mean, it's still very busy. I mean, it died down a bit from when all the Biden checks came in, because a lot of people used all their stimulus money.
Okay.
But we're still selling a fair amount of stuff. It's just spread out a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We've been getting in a lot more inventory, so that's been a pleasant surprise.
Okay, what stuff is coming in? What do you see most coming in? Handguns, ARs?
A little bit of everything. It's just on different days. It seems we got the new Shield Plus. We've got some of the Ruger Max 9s.
Okay.
For
AR-15s. Are people liking those? The new Shield Plus? Lots of interest in that?
A lot of people that have bought them seem to really like them. And I think they made some good improvements on it because it still takes most Shield holsters. They made the magazine release reversible, whereas on the normal Shields they're not, which is kind of nice. And it holds 13 rounds instead of 8, and it's pretty much the same size.
Okay, all right.
And it also has a flat face trigger.
Okay, cool. And then what else is coming in? You guys getting ammo coming in?
To be honest with you, the ammo situation is getting worse.
Okay.
We get about a case of ammo from our distributors per month, which we probably sell about 20 cases per month. And that's just of 9mm, one case of 9mm per month. We are seeing ammo get worse. A lot of the ammo we're able to get is imported because my boss, he works really hard and he just buys it online wherever he can find it. Which is one reason why, our ammo is expensive, just because he has to pay a lot for it.
He's paying whatever retail is right now for it.
Right. And, he would just rather have it because we got a lot of new people buying guns that have to have ammo. And, if they bought a gun from us and we had no ammo, they'd be going around town all week looking for it.
Yeah.
Because the big box stores have nothing. But, we're getting in some ARs, like we got in some Wyndham weaponry rifles. We got a Wilson Combat AR pistol, Battle Arms Development AR pistol.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I like
Battle
Arms Developments make some cool stuff.
They do. I think they're a cool company in Nevada. We got a Christensen Arms AR-9, which is a cool gun. Takes the Glock mags.
Okay.
The Christensen Arms rifle. And then we also, right now, we got a B&T APC 9K in stock. That's a really good one.
Okay. How much is that thing? Dare I ask? If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
$23.99.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that takes the Glock mags. It wasn't marked up much over cost. We had four B&Ts and sold 3 in 2 days.
Okay, that's not the special one that has the what you call it. Oh man, what's it is that's not the one that has the Microtech knife, right? No.
No,
Okay.
but this one it's the real short one. It takes Glock mags. It has like the non-reciprocating folding
Mhm.
charging handle, full ambi.
Mhm.
I think it's a really awesome gun.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Go ahead.
we had some of the other ones that take the proprietary B&T mags, but this one takes the Glock
The
mags.
Glock mags, yeah, that would probably be.
I love my AR-9 with the
Yeah,
Glock mag. So
that'll be
nice,
much
yeah.
sought after. Okay, Scorched Earth Firearms gave us some money here, so shout out to him. Hold on.
Money, 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 money.
That's awesome.
That's Gorillas and Guns, by the way. He gave us some cash here. Thank you. I just had to reload our hours, so we're up. We've got 20 hours, which that's kind of weird. I had 59 minutes, and then I reloaded, and it gave me. I should have 21 hours. I don't know. That's something weird there. Anyway, but we appreciate it. He says, "Are you guys going to NRA meeting in September?" So that's the question from Scorched Earth Firearms. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. I will go to Tools and Targets. Are you going to that meeting? AR?
I've never been to an NRA meeting or any kind of large gun show like SHOT Show or anything. It's so far across the country for me. So I don't know. It depends on what this whole COVID mess is doing, because I'm not, I don't want to get too deep into that, but there's just certain things I'm not going to do to go somewhere.
Yeah. Where is it supposed to be? Is it in Texas? Where is it? Does anyone know?
I think it's Houston.
Texas or Nevada. Houston, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Gen Champ.
That's like a 14-hour deal for me.
Yeah. Gen Champ Jr. wants to know if it was free. No, it wasn't free. It cost $15 for 20 hours, which is not, I guess, not bad. It's $15 extra on top of what we always. I think we pay like $50 a month to use this software, and then with that we get 20 hours, which I burn through in a week.
Right.
So,
yeah, StreamYard's similar. They've got the free plan, and then they've got upgrades to have different features added on and all.
Yeah. Actually, I think I shouldn't say that a week. I think I go through 20 hours every because we do like 2 hours a day, right? So, there you go on that one. Oh, check it out. Smash Time gave us $20.
Money, 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 money.
Smash Time says NRA is in my backyard, Houston. So does that mean that can we all crash in his backyard if we go up there?
Exactly. We'll sleep in the GTR, man.
What? I call dibs.
Oh man.
He might be rethinking telling us that now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to that. Dylan, I don't think you answered that question.
I won't be going to that one just because it's so far away from where I live, and then number two, I'm not even a member of the Negotiating Rights Away Association at the moment. I let it lapse just because I'm supporting other groups right now. I used to always just stay a member, but they've made me so mad recently that I just decided to let it lapse. If I ever want to rejoin, I can, but I don't think they're doing anything to deserve my money right now. It's just my personal opinion. I don't, have anything against anyone that does support them.
Yeah. I think I'm in that position too. I never did a lifetime membership with NRA. I do have one with GOA. Lola and I both have lifetime memberships.
I need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you could put it like, I basically put it on a layaway plan.
Oh, they do that?
Exactly.
Yeah. You could
How much? Like a monthly thing?
Yes. Man.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. If Lola's listening, Lola could probably tell us, or if someone else out there has done it. But that's basically what we did, and then we got the lifetime. Let me see. I don't think their lifetime is even really that expensive in the first place. So, yeah, I'm not a member. If I went there, I would probably go as media. So I don't think I necessarily have to be a member. I don't really know, man. I don't. NRA is just. Oh man, I don't know.
From what somebody was
yeah.
telling me that they have the actual NRA meeting, and then they have the show is kind of almost separate from that in a way, you know. So I don't know.
Well, if you go, so if you're an NRA member, when you don't have to be a member to go there, because I think that you can sign up obviously there, so you can do a membership there, and then
You just got to stand in a long line. I don't know
Yeah.
about right now because nobody wants to be a member.
Yes, exactly. I don't want to give them my money, but if you can go there and sign up, if you're already a member, you can go. And then there's a bunch of different meetings and voting and stuff that goes on, but they changed the rules of who could vote. And I think you've got to be like a paying member for 5 years or something in order to vote. So, yeah. There's
It's just so far away from what it was meant to be. It's like that's what
Right.
I see of it, man. It's just so
Yeah.
far, and it's not. You know, I don't want to talk bad about all of them, but there's so many like that that'll negotiate your rights away little bits at a time, and they'll call those little compromises wins when they're not wins, man. It's no compromise. That's just me. It's no compromise, period. Because all these little the places where they give in, I mean, that's just showing the people who want to take our rights that, well, we'll throw some more at the wall and they'll give this one away this time. We'll get this one next time. And it's never ending. It's never ending.
Yeah, it sucks that NRA is like this. I mean, I agree with what Smash Time just said. He says the show is great, NRA sucks though. So the show is great. It is cool to see all kinds of different people from all over the country coming to the NRA, people who believe in the Second Amendment, guns, and all that. I don't go to too many of the different meetings. A lot of what they have going on there is trash. Outside of you know, the folks can come in and actually talk to the companies, and you can see people. It's always reinvigorating for us to see the folks out there who support us. But it's just kind of tough with all the crap going on with NRA. There was this was in the news, and you guys probably haven't seen this. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my phone. This is from NPR. Let's see if I can get this up on the screen here. Okay, video leaks of NRA's Wayne LaPierre missing his mark on elephant hunt. So basically, there was a TV show that they did a while back, and this all came up in the hearings that are going on right now and the lawsuits and stuff like that. It says National Rifle Association CEO Wayne LaPierre carefully cultivated image as a hunter and outdoorsman is taking a hit this week as a newly leaked video shows the longtime NRA leader repeatedly missing his mark during an elephant hunt. So it goes, I don't know if I care about that, right? I don't but the video has leaked out. I guess his wife hit the mark, and this was all legal, what they were doing and where they were doing it.
My only thing is, where is he getting money to go on elephant hunts? You know,
where do you think?
Well, I know where it's coming from, but why?
Yeah, while he goes to the Bahamas on a boat.
Yeah, this was in Botswana, and yes, the people paid for it, I'm sure. And so it says here in the video, let's see if I can get this to zoom in. In the video, Susan LaPierre, the NRA leader's wife, also kills an elephant. The footage shows that her marksmanship was more successful, with her guide saying the animal was killed with one shot. Okay, that's good. It's legal, so I have no issues with that. And also, you know, people need to cull the herd, even of the elephant, so I don't have any problem with them hunting. I don't even have problems with him missing. Wayne LaPierre's portion of the footage shows him waiting for an elephant to walk past him as he stands alongside Marcris, a guide. Wait, the guide says just before LaPierre fires at the elephant. The NRA chief is wearing his earplugs. As he takes one of the plugs out, he asks, we get him. Of course he's wearing his Air Pro. He's down, the guide replies, but the elephant was still alive, lying wounded in the brush. As they approach the animal to kill it, the guide forces LaPierre's rifle up into the air, saying there are other guides moving out from behind the elephant. So there's just, you know, I mean, obviously this is a hit piece from NPR.
Yeah. Just to make him look incompetent as a firearms handler, I guess.
Right, yeah. So obviously that's going on there. And I think to me that's a whole separate subject, you know.
Yeah, that's like, to me, the real relevancy there is how much did he spend to go hunt elephants, you know. That's my thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with them hunting elephants. Elephants make good holsters. and leather belts.
And he's
Look
a
at
more
all the
successful
unsubscribes that just happened.
Yeah.
he's a more successful big game hunter than being a leader of the NRA, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that's where it's now obviously his safety or whatever, I get it. Yeah, you need to be safe when you're out there, and maybe you should be better and take the elephant down, but ultimately they put that elephant out of its misery, as they should do, and you do want to get it. You probably want to make one shot, one kill on that. Michael Avon says, was he wearing a $10,000 suit? We paid
looking like Panama Jack out there. Yeah.
There's pictures of him. There's pictures of them there. I guess I could show. Can I show the pictures? Here, let's see. I'll go back to it if you guys want to see. There's the picture of them. So they're all safari'd out.
Unreal.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. If that was Maj would be out there hunting with his hoodie on.
I was about to say, if he'd have had an AR-10, he could have kept shooting. He wouldn't have had to slow down.
Amen.
I think that the NRA opened themselves to a lot of this kind of stuff. And I listened in. There was a couple of weeks ago, someone sent me a number to call in and listen to some of the testimony and stuff like that going on. You couldn't record it, you couldn't share it or anything, but just listening to what these guys did, the amount of corruption, the amount of money wasted, their travel agent would put like 10 to 20% tag on for, like whatever the travel expenses were, they would tag on. It's just a lot of craziness going on. Lots of people making tons of money over there. And the shameful part of it is that for the last couple of years that all of this has been going on, we have been suffering because these guys have not been doing what they're supposed to do.
All we've been doing is losing rights. You're exactly right. We haven't. Yeah. When's the last time that we passed a pro-gun law in this country? Can you even remember? Can anybody even remember?
Yeah.
As far as federal?
Yeah, we need the NRA, and I don't think we need the NRA anymore, but the NRA was getting a lot of money, and they were supposed to be shoring up the spine of Republicans and other politicians out there who say they're pro-gun. But apparently that's not happening.
Obviously didn't happen, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to John Crump out there. Listen, smash the thumbs ups, guys. I see we've got a lot of people in here. We've got like 37 thumbs ups. Help us out here. Smash the thumbs ups. We appreciate it. If there's any cougars or what's it, saber tooths or whatever out there, smash the thumbs ups just for young Dylan. Just for young Dylan. Maybe we'll auction him off or something like that.
I love it.
At the end of the show.
That's too funny.
Yeah, so, yeah. Brick says, I wish elephants would stampede them.
Bricks went on a whole nother level there.
That's so wrong. So naughty.
It's so wrong, but it's so right.
Shame on you. Little spank on the wrist there. Jen Champ says NRA is compromised, no doubt about it. We need to figure out a something to do with the NRA. Wayne LaPierre was supposed to step down more than a month ago, I think, but he's not doing it.
He won't do it.
Yeah.
Why would he? I mean, he's on the gravy train, man.
Yeah.
Why would he?
Yeah. We need to see. I wonder what kind of, someone's talking about ammo. I wonder what kind of ammo the NRA has stashed away in their stores,
I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. I mean, around here, like it's not flowing like rivers, but there's ammo everywhere around here. But the price you got to pay for it is out of this world, man.
Yeah,
it's out of this world.
Yeah.
But it's all over the shelves, honestly.
Well, because the companies they did ramp up production, but they also ramped up the prices, which I kind of understand. I mean, in order for them to ramp up that production, they had to get new machines or new facilities. And hire people and all that kind of stuff, and they have shipping costs, etc. So,
but you know what kills me about that, though? I know there's some extra added cost, but what they're jacking up right now is way above and beyond what it's costing them extra. So far, because I can go to one store right where I live at, get ammo for a decent price, almost pre-scamdemic prices. Then I can go a mile down the road, and that same ammo is 4 times the cost, man.
Yeah,
that's what kills me. That just really burns me up, man.
Yeah, there's definitely gouging going on, and the only thing that's going to stop that is when people stop buying the ammo at inflated prices. Go ahead, Dylan. I know you want to jump in here.
Well, what I was told about the ammo situation is really the only way you can get ammo cheap is, we get like a case a month of ammo from our distributor at normal price, and your big box stores are under about a 5-year contract with a lot of the manufacturers, and whenever that contract ends, we've been told that they're going to raise it 30 to 40%, the manufacturers. So
okay. So
when
there's more price increases on the way, you're saying.
I believe that 100%. I 100% believe that.
Wow.
And in a way, I'll say this, like, I just wish ammo was the way it used to be. I really do. But one thing I will say, just from like a capitalist perspective, if I owned an ammo company and I had 3 years worth of back orders, I would be sweating bullets. So I kind of understand in some respect on raising some prices. I'm not saying raise it a ton. But, when you're that far behind on production, that's really the only way to make your back orders go down.
Yeah, we're in a transitionary period. So when there's no ammo, or a perceived notion that there's not enough ammo, which is probably the case, like you guys are saying, then you can still jack up the prices. Once the ammo starts sitting there and people stop buying it as much, we probably will see those prices come down.
I got one for armament and axes. I got some for armament and axes. I don't know if you can see you might not be able to see that. Can you? Oh, where am I at? Here we go. Can you see the price on that armament and axes?
$1.80, $1.89, right?
Wow.
That's when the last time you seen that. Oh boy. Like a long time.
Flexing.
Buddy.
It's flexing going on.
Hey, I got to get the primer flex in there, man.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, I don't know why my camera here is not focusing once again. Okay, so let's see. We have a super chat from John Crump.
Money, 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 money.
He says, sitting on an internet breaking story. I can call you tomorrow about it. Okay, so John Crump has something's going to be breaking. Oh.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's going to be breaking something tomorrow, so we'll have to see what that is. Flying Rich says, Dylan, are you going to IV 88? And then I think Tools and Targets, you can answer that too. Go ahead, Dylan.
Well, I'll be honest with you, just something about me, I'm in I've been doing school year round. Hopefully I'll be done in September. I haven't taken a trip or anything since SHOT Show of, 2020. I don't believe I'll be going to that just because I still have school and stuff. But whenever I get done with everything, like, I'm going to take a relaxed vacation, just because I've been, working 6 days a week and doing school at once and just trying to, help out when I can at home. So I've just kind of had my hands tied. But I would certainly like to in the future.
Okay. Yeah. One of these days, if you want to go, if you have the time, let me know, and we'll see if we can get you in there. What do you say to that, Tools and Target?
I would absolutely love to go to that, but I just assumed that was kind of a friends, tight-knit, kind of invite-only kind of thing for Iraq veterans deal. I mean, I would absolutely love to go to something like that.
It's open to YouTubers, so you just have to probably reach out to them as a YouTuber, and you can get in there. There's lots of different YouTubers that go there, as long as you can make your way out there. So
when is it?
I'm not sure of the exact date. I would also have to look that up along with other things.
See, that's not far for me there, Georgia, from Virginia to Georgia. You're not talking about a big hike there.
Yeah. Let's see. If we can get maybe Flying Rich to tell us, I'll put it up on the screen.
I actually was born and raised down in Savannah, Georgia, so I could use that for an excuse to go visit somebody down there,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
awesome. That's funny though. I will say one thing about Iraq Veteran 888. You know its ammo's getting bad when that man's baking bread on the video. He legit made a video baking bread the other day.
I don't blame him. I do not.
Well, like those meltdown videos, they do think about all the ammo in those.
Oh my goodness, man!
Yeah,
unreal.
Yeah. Looks like John Crump wants to know where in VA. You said in southern.
I'm Henry County, Virginia, Southwest Henry County.
Southern Virginia.
Southern Virginia.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. I don't know when the IV thing is. So someone else needs to put it up there. I don't keep track of this stuff. Lola does. So I have no clue. Lola tells me, oh, here he goes. He put it up there, May 20th. Lola tells me, like, right before that, hey, you know we're supposed to do this thing, right? Oh. And then I go, oh, okay. Yeah.
I love it.
And then I show up there. So that's how that goes. It's just like when people want to get me on their shows, I'm always saying, you better talk to Lola, because I don't remember anything from day to day. I am not capable. I'm killing more brain cells every day just editing and doing all this craziness that it takes to do YouTube and all this stuff to even to keep track of anything.
I can imagine, man. Yeah.
Yeah. John Crump says he's in Ashburn in Loudoun.
Loudon.
Yeah.
Loudon. If you're from Virginia, it's Loudon.
Loudon. Yeah. County.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually live my full time here in Henry County, and then the next county over in Patrick, I've got land with my little range on it.
Okay. All right. Very nice. There you go. So let's see what other gun stuff. What's some cool guns out there that you would like to get your hands on? Tools. Tell us.
That I would like to get. Oh man, there's plenty I would like to get my hands on. Gosh,
I see you have a bullpup. Are you a big bullpup fan, or is that just a one bullpup?
That's the only one I've got as far as bullpup. To be honest with you, like I said, I just really wanted that thing forever, and I'm so amazed that little gun's a 20-inch barrel. That's a 20-inch barrel in that shotgun, and it's. I mean, you know, the package on a bullpup is so small. I love that shotgun. I'm sold on it. The only thing it's a little awkward with the magazine, the mag release, because you got to do kind of a weird reach to eject it and all. But I've really gotten on a big shotgun kick lately. I bought that one. I bought a AR-12 JTS in OD green just because I fell in love with the OD green. You know, I bought another pump shotgun that I hadn't shown on the channel yet, so I got to keep that a little bit hush hush. But the thing about shotguns,
where's it from? Where's it from? You can't keep it hush.
The U.S. It's from the U.S.
Okay, it's from the U.S. Is it okay? Mossberg?
I can't. I've said too much. I've said too much. I'll tell you why I'm on such a shotgun kick, though, is that's one of the things you can still shoot without breaking the bank. You know, it's renewed. This whole ammo thing has renewed my love for shotguns, because now when if I go and I want to have a range day, almost my first choice is going to be a shotgun right now, just because, man, I almost forgot how powerful those things are. I almost forgot, you know. So that was definitely one plus of this.
How's everyone's 22 supplies? Are people running low on 22?
Boatloads. I can fill up my bathtub with 22 because it's still another one that's fairly cheap, you know.
Yeah, is 22 available out there on a regular basis?
I'll be honest with you. I can go right now and get any caliber I want, like right down the road here. But it's just how much do I want to pay for it, you know?
Yeah. That's
what really gets you.
Yeah.
Because right now, my local gun shop's selling a box of 50 FMJ 9mm for $26. That's not horrible compared to some places, but that's more than I need to pay now.
That's 20 rounds, right?
50 rounds for $26.
That seems like a good deal to me based on what I've seen.
That's horrible for me. That's what I'm saying, because I can go to Rural King and get it for $14.99 when they've got it.
But will they only let you get 2 boxes though?
2 box limit, 2 box limit.
Yeah.
So
I just really think that's going to come down. People have to stop. People have to stop overpaying for it, and then it'll come down. Smash Time says 800. What is this? 800 rounds of 22 is $57.
Yeah, see, that's still good deals. I can still get 22 for $4 to $6 cents a round. I mean, I can still get it for that. So that's not terrible at all.
Yeah. I remember when I'm trying to remember the price I paid for the bucket of bullets, which is like 2,200 rounds.
Oh,
in a
like 2
bucket of
cents a
bullets.
round, maybe.
No,
Probably.
well, I think that bucket of bullets was like $60 or something like that, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. Yeah, for 2,200 rounds back in
I
the
remember
days.
buying Remington Thunderbolt for literally 2 to 3 cents a round, man. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, whew,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So 22 is, well, everything you guys are saying, all ammos are available, but
Through the roof on some
the
of the
prices are
places.
just through the roof. Yeah.
If it's not through the roof, it's like if you're not standing there when that pallet rolls in the door, you can forget it because 30 minutes is gone, completely gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Have we seen an uptick in people buying alternatives to actually shooting live ammo? I've seen people advertising all kinds of different devices that you can use instead of shooting live ammo, and I know there are other devices out there. We've had some people on the show. Dylan, are you seeing any of that?
We have a lot of customers ask for that stuff. To be honest with you, we carry like snap caps, but we don't carry
That's
like
okay.
any of the newer stuff. But we're looking at that. And I will tell you this, Hank, we've sold a boatload of 22 guns, like the M&P 1522s, the POF Rebel 22
Mm-hmm.
that takes the Ruger 1022 magazines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Ruger 22 Chargers, 1022s. We've been selling a lot of 22 guns just because people, so they can train people how to shoot and
Mm-hmm.
do that without burning through their main ammo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Tools. I think you.
no, I was just he's definitely right. I can see that on the 20 because I've got several of my 22s. I picked up a little Winchester Wildcat the other day just to have something new as far as 22. And I've got the Ruger Charger and the Taurus TX22. Those are all good guns.
That's a
to shoot
really
right
good
now.
one.
Yeah. How do you
Heck
like
yeah.
that? How do you like that TX22?
That gun is amazing, man. That gun is really, really, really nice. They come out with that competition now. It's a super hot little item.
Yeah.
And actually, my Rural King has that in stock down there.
Yeah, I recently just got a competition in. I'm searching for the picture right now. Let's see if I can find it. I recently got a competition in from those guys from Taurus.
You'll love that gun. You'll love that little gun.
Yeah.
Did you ever shoot the regular version? Have you shot it at
Yes.
all?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we did a video where we just had everyone bring out the 22s that they had, and that actually was better than everything, including the Glock 22.
I believe it 100%. I love that little gun. The only thing I bought mine super early on, so I had that barrel issue that they had. I don't know how much you heard of that, but the lands and grooves in that thing looked like it had gotten chewed up in a shredder, man. They looked that bad.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they was having really bad problems with the lands and grooves. The machining was horrible in some of the first barrels, absolutely terrible. And granted, it didn't affect the practical accuracy from what I saw, but I still reached out to them and said, look, my barrel's horrible. I'll be honest, I went through a fiasco with those guys to get that barrel replaced. Yes.
Oh, yeah? Oh, wow.
They made it right in the end, but I've got 4 barrels sitting here for that gun, plus 4 extra magazines that I didn't even pay for. So they made it right in the end, but it was just like, what in the world are you guys doing up there, man? It was unreal.
I think sometimes that happens. I know that there's kind of Taurus is under new management, and I did at the gathering event speak to the new guy that's running Taurus, and hopefully we'll get him to come on here on the show and we could talk about some of that stuff. I think they're trying to make all of that better. What did you want to say something about the TX22, Dylan?
Oh, I was going to say, not only is it more reliable of a gun than the Glock, but it's threaded out of the box. It's a tough gun to beat.
Yes.
It's awesome. I love it. Even after the little fiasco I had like I say, they made it right in the end, and I would recommend that in a heartbeat to anybody. It's a really nice gun.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. It's too bad that you went through all those issues. Hopefully,
but the good thing is didn't have any downtime. So,
yeah. Hopefully they paid attention to why. One of the things I would look for is companies that when they have those kind of issues, they try to figure out why so it doesn't happen again, in the future.
Right.
Obviously, these are guns, these are mechanical things, we're going to have issues, but there might be some specific reason why you kind of went through that rigmarole.
Yeah, and I will, to their credit, it was right at the time that they were moving from Miami to Bainbridge, Georgia. So I'm sure they had who knows what going on.
Yeah, could have been a lot of things.
Yeah.
Armored and Axis says a bucket of bullets is like 1,400 rounds, which I agree with him on that. And then he sent me a picture to prove it. There you go, 1,400 high velocity.
I hadn't seen that in a long time.
Yeah,
man.
he's flexing. He's flexing.
He dedefinitely is. He's I'll see your primers and raise you a bucket of bullets.
Yeah, I still have I still have bucket of bullets I never opened. So, just as a soft flex there, soft flex.
Right.
Devil Dog 81 says DillSpec store had more guns and ammo than I've seen in a year. So there you go. That's a shout.
Oh, how's it going, Devil Dog? Appreciate you coming in. I think I remember you.
Yeah. So there you go. Tell everyone the name of your store and where it's at.
It's ECC Guns, Everything Concealed Carry in Louisville, Kentucky. We're 10306 Taylorsville Road. And what Devil Dog was talking about is we have 5 distributors. So the good thing about that is we get new shipments every day, whereas a lot of your big box places and other places, they're waiting on their next shipment because they only have one line of distribution. So sometimes you catch them often when they're wiped out, and we've gotten where we're low, but at times, but most of the time we get new shipments in every day, and I put everything up on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I see Key Askey is asking me if I've seen the Tara Aerospace TM9X. No, I haven't. Have you guys seen that?
We have one in inventory.
Okay, tell us about that. I'm going to try to look it up here.
To my knowledge, it's made in Montenegro, which is right near Serbia, is the way that I understand. And the gun seems to be well made from everything I've seen. We've sold a couple of them. I mean, I think the one we have in is the third one we've had. Comes in a nice little range case. It holds 17 rounds and seems to be a pretty decent gun for the money. I think they retail for around $399 or so.
Okay, $399.
So,
I'm trying to pull it up here. Aerospace, what is it? TM9.
Terra.
Yeah. Let's see if we take a look at it. Lots of videos on it. Let's see. Trying to see what this. Okay, so it's a 9mm. What's so special about it? Just the price? I'm running in. To
be honest with you, that's pretty much all I took from it.
Yeah, it looks very Glock-ish.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got a weird set of back rails, real big, wide, flat back rails, huh?
I'm trying to see if I could pull up some images here of it. So it's basically like a Glock competitor, I'm going to say. Oh, well, actually, it doesn't have the safety from what I could see here. And it doesn't have the trigger safety, I don't think, on it. From what I'm looking at. Oh, yeah. Here. Does it seem like a good quality gun to you, Dylan, when you've seen it?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, it appears to be, but, my thing in that price range, there's so many different options. Like, it wouldn't be my first choice to be, and I definitely wouldn't. I don't mean to sound like an elitist or anything, but I like something with a proven track record before I use it for a self-defense type gun. I mean, if it's a range gun, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, understood. We'll see. Listen, every gun will have its day out there, and the people. And I forgot who that was asking us about it, but let us know what you think about it, and we'll put it up here. If you have one, if you shot it, etc., let us know, and I'll read that out. Elfster's Rifles and Reloading says, am I going crazy, or is the name of the channel different? Who moved my name of the channel?
I'm glad he asked that, because that's something I was wondering why you changed the channel name.
Because the name of the podcast is always been the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. and the channel was previously Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. That's where Lotlal comes from, and we're gonna keep that. But I thought it would just be easier for everyone to find the channel when they're looking for it if we just searched for Who Moved My Freedom, because that's the name.
I got you.
Of what the podcast, and basically that's what this channel has turned into. And then there were a lot of people using like different variations of Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded and stuff like that. So it was getting, I'm not mad at anyone for doing that. There's nothing new under the sun. I think that it was just getting confusing for people to find it. So we wanted to make efforts to clean that up.
Speaking of the whole tried and true thing, what do you everyday carry, Dill? I'm just curious.
43X.
How about you,
I know
Hank?
a lot of people don't like Glocks, but
43X. Right now it's a Glock 43 that I'm carrying. I'm working on transitioning to a different gun that I've been putting through its paces and all that kind of stuff.
I love me some Glocks. You won't hear a Glock hater right here. I love them, man. I got a Glock 20 sitting right here just in case my door gets a funny creaking noise.
Yeah, I always have that Glock 43 on me. It's small and light. Probably my alternate or what I'm gonna go to is gonna be the PPS from Walther. But I put everything through its paces before I do it. And like I said at the beginning of the show, Walther like sponsors us and everything. But I don't want to just go, oh, these guys are sponsoring me, I'm going to run out there and carry their stuff. So I've been going through like a whole process of testing it, making sure, I've got stuff that's going to run on it, and I've got all my holsters and everything sorted out before I fully go over to that. So
I'm a P365 guy. I absolutely love it, man. Love it.
So do you have big hands or small hands?
Very big hands.
Very big
so
hands.
What I had to do was put one of those little Hogue rubber over molds over my grip. Change that gun completely, man. Really change that gun up.
Okay, that's a good idea. It's good to hear that. Because we do have one, and that's what Lola runs with when she's carrying. But for my hands, I had, I just kept having like slide issues and stuff like that.
Same here. I could never hardly get mine to lock back because I ride the slide so high and my hands are so big. But that whole grip really changed it up for me big time.
Yeah.
And I really like the P365. I'm just so accustomed to Glocks just because that's what I started out shooting. That with the Glock, I used to have a 43, and the only thing I didn't like about it was how short the grip was. And with the 43X, it just fits my hand like a glove. Like I have probably medium-sized hands, and for me, it's just perfect.
Yeah, I thought about going over to the 43X. I kind of agree. I see Armory and Axis says don't hate them, but I think they're overrated. I think Mac had a good video on this where he was saying that there was a time when Glock was kind of like king of the hill. That's not exactly what he said.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing it, where they were like the best, the latest, like the cutting edge technology. But I think these days they
flatlined.
Yeah, they did flatline, and there's a lot of other companies out there that are being really competitive, as we could see with the P365. Shield has stepped up in lots of ways. Ruger's got good stuff. Walther obviously is improving every day, and Walther's always had, to me, for my friends that have been shooting a lot longer than I have, Walther's always had a pretty good reputation, especially with folks that I know that do competition and stuff like that. So all the different companies out there are stepping up nowadays, and I think that Glock needs to do a little bit more. Maybe
I really can't believe
that carbine.
I can't believe they hadn't joined that whole micro high cap market yet. I really can't. I mean, it's really surprising to me.
Well, I think they tried to do that with the 43, right? But it wasn't enough capacity wise. And then the 43X kind of was like I don't know. The 43X is a whole different beast, right, Dylan?
You mean from the 43?
Yeah.
I mean, the way that I understand, it has the same slide, with the exception of it having like the NDLC finish, the marksman, but the Gen 5 features, but it just has the longer grip. So the nice thing is you can still use your 43 holster with it.
But you
And
can
someone
get
was
some more. You
asking,
can get some more rounds in there, right?
you can get 10+1. Someone was asking in the comments about the Shield Arms mags. I've heard mixed things on those. I know Mac did a long-term endurance test. I'm not hating on them.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone that's a police officer that carries the Shield Arms mags, and they work. He said they work very well for him, but
Mm-hmm.
I just stick to the Glock factory mags just because I'm kind of you know
A snob. A snob.
superstitious, yeah, and a snob.
I do the same. I'm right there with you on that.
But
All my
those
Glocks factory.
those shield mags are like $60 though, so
Oh
Wow.
well.
it's not
That's
super.
interesting.
I mean, like really, the
Yeah.
Glock factory mags normally are cheaper and easier to
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, Glock factory mags are fine, and even the clocks, like the Korean versions, they're
Yeah,
not as
I like
not
the
as good as
Korean.
not as good as Glocks. Yeah, that's what I call them, clocks. But they're not as good as the Glocks. They're not always drop free and all that kind of stuff.
But they run.
Yeah, or have last round bolt hold open and everything. But they're decent. They're decent, and they're obviously a little bit more affordable than the regular Glock magazines. But those are so easy to get your hands on these days, right? So
Yeah. I tell you, my favorite nightstand gun, period, is a Polymer 80. Those guns are amazing. Those guns are what Glock should be from the factory. The nice trigger undercut, the grip angle, those guns are absolutely amazing, man. Really like those Polymer
How many of
80s.
How many of those have you built?
This is one of those I should plead the fifth, but a few.
Oh, come on now, come on.
Actually, I've probably built.
Give us a
I've got about
round it out, round it up.
I've got about 4 of the full size. I've got one of the Glock 19s, and I've got 2 of the 19 long slides. So not quite 10.
Oh, okay.
So not a whole army's worth, but I've got several frames that are unfinished still.
Do you find those super easy to put together? Like, does it all go together and work every time?
Incredibly easy. I've never had any problems out of any of them. None of them at all.
Okay.
And I went, Glock parts for a time there. Those things were like unicorns, man. Glock parts were almost extinct here about 6-8 months ago. So I stocked up, bags and bags of Glock parts because I didn't know when they were coming back or if they were coming back. But yeah, I love them. And it's nothing. It's like I can hold my Glock 17 and then pick up that Polymer 80 and think, man, what was Glock thinking? Like, why didn't they make this? This is what a Glock needs to be, It's just amazing how good those things feel.
So you're the thing that you're basing the amazing feel on is the grip angle?
The grip angle and just the feel of that grip. The feel of that grip is a totally different animal. Totally different thing, man. It doesn't even feel like a Glock in your hands anymore.
Yeah. I think it goes back to, and I know Glock is not German like Porsche, but it's kind of like a Porsche type of. Oh, is Glock? No, Glock's not German, are they?
Austrian. They were Austrian, yeah.
Yeah. I think that it's the same kind of thing that they design Porsches and they design Glocks for European folks, right? So for me, I'm not used to shooting a bunch of 1911s when I got into this stuff. So a standard Glock to me is totally fine, the grip angle and all that.
Me too.
But yeah, I think a lot of old school guys, maybe like yourself, like where your dad, your granddad, etc., had guns, don't feel as comfortable with those grip angles, and so that's what created this amazing opportunity for Polymer 80 and other companies to jump in there and create those improvements, but it's also one of the reasons that like Glock is so blah to everyone. I saw someone saying that in the chat that it's just like so common, and I'm not knocking Glock at all. I've got, I don't know, I think I have like at least 10 Glocks.
Wow. I've got 3 factory Glocks myself. I've got a 17, a 19, and a Glock 20 10 millimeter.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I've actually got 4. I have that P80, that commemorative thing that they
Yeah.
made not long ago.
Yeah, I'm not even counting like non-factory stuff, because I think I have a Glock 26, a Glock 43. I've got about 3 Glock 19s, maybe like 3 Glock 17s, a Glock 34. I have a folding Glock, which is like an original Glock, but it's cut to. I have a bunch of Glocks.
Glock 17's an awesome gun. I love my Glock
Yeah.
17s. They're nice, yeah.
34
But
is nice.
it's if you haven't held a Polymer 80, even if you love and I love the Glock doesn't feel bad to me at all. But then once you hold that Polymer 80, it's just like, wow, man. I mean, it's hard to describe. It really is so hard to describe.
I think they can be more responsive and obviously come up with a, change the mold and everything, where Glock is just not into making big changes. But I think this is kind of like a brand design formula that lots of companies are using, and this is how you maintain the value of what you make by not making massive drastic changes.
I agree. And why should they?
Yeah,
I mean, why should they? Because
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
don't
sell guns till the end of time like they're going out of style. Why would they
Yeah.
change?
And I've been told by our Glock rep that there have been more Glocks manufactured this year than any year in history.
I absolutely believe
Why
it,
would
yeah.
you come out with a new product if you're throwing product at people?
And they've
Absolutely.
all sold. They've all sold.
Absolutely. Like I say, I
Yeah,
bought
which is-
that little P80 Glock is the only gun in my entire collection that I've never
Mm-hmm.
fired not one time. And it's not like it's worth a fortune, but it's just like it's in a nice little fancy box, and I just put it in the safe and let it sit there.
Another gun that I'm really impressed with, I don't know if you all have heard of them, is the Shadow System guns.
Shadow System.
Shadow Systems, they're kind of like the Polymer 80, where they're based on the Gen 3 Glock, but they just did some upgrades to them, and the way they make the gun feel, I'm very fond of it.
Nice.
Shadow System.
I'm a big fan of the Polymer 80s, big time, and plus the satisfaction you get knowing you put that gun together is amazing.
Right,
man. It's just out of this world. Same thing with the AR lowers. I got into those too, the aluminum AR lowers, the 80%. Man, you talking about satisfaction right there, big time.
Are you talking about the MR 920? Does that sound familiar, Dylan?
Yeah, one of those. Just for me, it would be with no optic.
Okay.
That's a good looking gun, yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the one that you were saying just now, Tools?
Oh, I was just talking about the 80% AR lowers, finishing those out. Those are amazing, man. Just like I said, the satisfaction you get from it is crazy good.
Yeah, I like the idea of people getting into the space and doing this. So here's one of the places that I'm really looking forward to stuff to stuff happening in terms of what's going on here with gun stuff. The SIG P320s. So now I don't have one yet, right? But I did have the P250, and so that's like an early version where it was more modular. You could take the frame. The frame was a serialized part, so you could switch it around. And when I had that, I had all kinds of different setups. So you could change calibers. You could change size. You can go from subcompact to compact, full size, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't like the triggers on the P250s, and so that's why I didn't jump right into the SIG with the 320s, and I wound up selling all the P250s and got other guns, to build the channel. But I really like that idea because of I'm waiting for carbines, to come out with that, where you could just take that frame out, slap it in a carbine, good to go, and then you can easily have a setup on you where you could go back to subcompact or something like that, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility. So I'm kind of looking forward to that happening, and I know that there's people who've been working on it. I think there's a few that have already come out, but I haven't really gotten my hands on them yet.
Those SIGs I love that chassis system myself. I hadn't gotten into it, but that is really cool.
And I think that's what's in the Flux Raider that I shot with Eric. Was that?
I saw that video. I love that little setup, man. I love that little setup.
Yeah. So things like that, man, are really going to change the game. And I know that's a little James Bondy, and not the old school guys are like, "Come on, guys."
I love stuff like that. I love it, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
As those triggers get better, the things that we could do with that's going to be pretty cool, I think. So, so
that little Flux Raider, what I thought was really cool about that thing was that whole mag release deal where it double released the mags and you could swap it. That was really cool, I thought.
Yes, which you got to practice for.
I saw that.
Which obviously. I didn't practice for. But I leave my. I guarantee you that happens to everyone who's made videos on that gun, but people don't
I
leave that
believe
stuff
it.
in. Yeah, I
Yeah.
leave that in. I show the reels, man. You know, if you do you guys think that if you got that gun, even having seen my embarrassing moments, that's not going to happen to you?
Oh, I believe it would, because I'm sure there's a fine line between releasing them both and releasing just one. I could tell where that would be tricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You definitely want to practice it, and if you get under stress or something like that, you know.
And then who was it? Was it Kevin in the video? He was like, "No, man, it's just like," he's like, showing off, man.
Kevin did it too. Kevin did it too. We just either I didn't put that in the video. Did I put that in the video? Either I didn't put it in the video, or we didn't shoot it when it happened. So it happened to him.
Yeah.
He knows that. You know, he can pretend. He can pretend all he wants to.
I love it.
You know. That's just the reality of how this goes, and it's going to be really bad if you're actually trying to put that thing into action to save your life.
And your mag's laying on the ground. Yeah.
Everything. You better have another one if they all drop out.
That's hilarious.
You know, because I don't know that, you know, that's gonna be not. So
Hey, that
much.
reminds me of a video I watched earlier. I had never seen. A lot of people's probably seen it. It was this guy at the range shooting a Glock 17 converted to full auto, and he was holding on to a little vertical foregrip on it. The foregrip came off, and he shot himself in the hand, man.
Oh,
Full
shit.
auto shot himself in the hand. Sure did. I watched it earlier. I'd never seen it before. I mean,
did
put
that?
a whole right. It was called, the video was called something about shot myself with Glock 1718. It was at a firing range. It was unbelievable, man. They had like I say, had a vertical foregrip on the thing, and he was holding it like that, and just it popped off, and he just did a sweep down like this and swept his hand, shot himself right in the hand, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, if you're gonna be shooting a full auto like that, you might want to have both hands
On the grip.
On the grip. And if you, I don't know, man. I don't, because those things. I'm gonna tell you from shooting. Have you guys shot full auto Glock?
Not a Glock, no.
No.
I have not.
Yeah, that has as much recoil as an AR-15.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it too.
It moves you back. If you look, even I have some video. That video is not of a Glock, but there's video of Lola shooting some kind of handgun. That was full auto, and it moves her back. You know, until even when she leaned into it, those things will move you back. Even though it's a little handgun, there's a lot of recoil built into that, and you're gonna break that thing. You can't crank that down hard enough, I think.
I totally believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unreal. He just totally lost control, and that recoil swept his hand just like that, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's a cautionary tale if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Don't wind up that dude. You know. But we should all of it, like, you know, full auto for everybody.
Oh, I agree 100%. 100%. Take it off the NFA and let's rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
MAGA, make automatics great again.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's see, any kind of news go. Oh, actually, you know what? There's an article from John Crump who was on here earlier. Let's go into this article. Let's take a look at that. DefCAD makes 3D gun files public as Ninth Circuit kills injunction. So let's read into this, since we're talking about like making your own guns and 3D stuff and all that. Last week we had on Control Pew, and he actually had a bullpup. Before I even get into this, Control Pew actually had a bullpup Glock that he's working on.
Wow. It's amazing what people are doing with those 3D printers now.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
Yeah, I want to get my hands on that. But
I mean, suppressors, polymer suppressors, and the whole 9 yards now.
Yeah, he's working on suppressors. He's got some other things in the works there. So yeah, it's really cool, man. Everyone, I still need to get myself a 3D printer here, along with everything else.
Yeah, that's one thing I hadn't gotten into. I'm into so much right now. I don't even have time to get into nothing else gun related.
Yeah, me neither, but I want a 3D printer just for I think a 3D printer can help in so many ways, like even outside of gun stuff.
I agree. Even little parts where you need a spacer for this, you need a mount for this, and like you say, even besides gun stuff, definitely. They're awesome, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to this article here. So San Francisco, a panel of 3 judges out of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals vacated a district court's order that granted a motion from 22 states plus the District of Columbia that prevented the Department of State from removing 3D printed firearms associated with 3D printing files from the U.S. munitions list, much to DevCAD's relief. Under the Obama administration, the Department of State designated common 3D printing files as a defense article, quote unquote. All defense articles are regulated for import and export. Once something is designated a defense article, is also placed on the U.S. munitions list. International Traffic in Arms Regulation, ITAR, then regulates the item. The Department of Commerce is the government organization that regulates non-munitions list items under the Export Control Reform Act by placing them on the Commerce Control List. In May of 2018, the Department of State proposed a rule that would remove 3D printed firearms files from the munitions list, which would remove ITAR rules. The 3D printed gun file instructions would then be placed on the CCL. During the same period, the Department of Commerce proposed its own rules when dealing with 3D printed gun files. Although the CCL designation is still strict, it's not as heavily regulated as the munitions. So all of that is a little confusing. Do you guys, is it just me that has okay, what does this mean?
I'm like, are they trying to regulate files? Are they deregulating files? I'm the same way. What are they doing with the files?
I think we kind of roughly understand ITAR, and I don't know if John Crump is still out there. And so someone correct me if my interpretation of this is wrong, but being on this list makes it more difficult for people to do this stuff, right? To be involved in it when it's on the list. So I'm assuming that it coming off the list is a good thing. That's
right. That's what it sounded like on the article. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
I mean, what a ridiculous overreach to try to regulate files anyway.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they want to ban knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So fast forward to 2021, and the panel ruled that the Gun Control Act could only be read one way. Congress precluded judicial review both of the designation and undesignation of items as defensive articles. The court majority is now ruling that the states did not show that they would likely succeed on the case merits. Primarily, injunctions are issued bias on the likelihood a lawsuit would succeed on the merits. So it goes on to say the decision stated the reviewability of the Commerce final rule. The panel held that Congress not only barred APA challenges to Commerce Reform Act functions, it rendered them, in effect, judicially unreviewable. So that whole thing. So anyway, so they're trying to figure this out and stop these things. So here's really the crux of this, if we want to just get through all that. Now it's too late. The files have already been set free. As the time of this post, all the 3D gun files subject to the original injunction have now been released onto the World Wide Web and can no longer be regulated, restricted, or banned by courts, states, or governments. You can't stop the signal, Mal. So Cody Wilson and Defense Distributive have stifled for the last 3 years because of the previous injunction. Since the court has now vacated the original injunction, they have now released all their files and transfer them to public. Since ITAR can't regulate files in the public domain, the move prevents the Biden administration from once again using ITAR to restrict access to all the files. AmmoLand News encourages all readers to log in at the link above and download the files for further distribution. Even if you are not yet ready to print, please feel free to share the data and push and expand free speech across the web. So what do you guys think about that? It's kind of a good thing. I know it's some minutia to swim through there.
I think that's awesome, man. I can tell you where I'm going to be going as soon as this stream's over is go download me some files.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Get up on those files and get them out there and make it impossible for them to go back after these particular files with their craziness. I think that's shorthand for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think not just files like that, but everything. I feel the same thing about the pistol braces, the Polymer 80s. I mean, make it the norm. Get them out there. Get so many of them out there that it's virtually impossible to the cat's so far out of the bag, you'll never get it back in again. I mean, that's almost, let's be real, that's where we're at now with AR-15s and lowers and 80%ers. We're almost there now. That stuff is impossible. He can get up there and spew all the garbage he wants, but that stuff is, there's no way to enforce what he's wanting. You just can't do it.
Yeah. We're not going to comply with any of that crap anyway.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's already a lot of guns out there. I don't know why they're insisting on trying to take away one of the most powerful things in the matrix of what makes America so freaking awesome.
Exactly.
You know,
and it's so far out there. Like I say, there's just no way. That's totally unenforceable. And the whole homemade gun thing was absolutely insane. Like, how are you going to regulate? I can go to Home Depot and make a slam fire shotgun in less than an hour. Like, give me a break, man. Like, it's just crazy. It's so far out of the bag that you can just give up on it, man. Just give up on it.
Yeah. So let me see. Someone said to get them the link. I think you can go to devcad.com, which I'll share right now in the chat. But there's probably a specific place in devcad.com that we can find it. Let me see if I can find exactly where they put all those files. Because that link that's in there just goes to devcad. So I'm assuming that everything there is just open.
Probably so. It sounds like the kind of place who would have it just open, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, probably library. I'm going to say library. Let's see. Go on to library. Yeah, it looks like all these files are here and you could download them. That's what... Hold on. Let me show that. That's probably what I should do. That'll probably be the most helpful to the folks out there. Okay, so if you go to devcad.com, this is what it looks like. And then I would say go to library. And it's just showing everything there. And it just looks like you could just download everything.
That's awesome.
So there's pictures. You can go in and just download whatever you need. And have at it.
I love it, man.
You know, and enjoy yourself. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah. Lots of awesome.
That little Liberator. Actually, I saw somebody print one of those little Liberators that you just scroll past. I saw that on some channel the other day.
Where was the Liberator? Oh, yeah. The 22 LR Liberator. Yeah. Scorpion Evo. There's lots of good stuff in here, man.
There it is.
The Mac Daddy.
I was just sitting there looking at the Mac Daddy. That's crazy, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And then they have the Ghost Gunner 3 is out that you guys can get from them.
My wife is going to kill me when she sees a 3D printer on our credit card statement.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Dude. Yeah, I've been trying to convince Lola to authorize that one. You know, Lola's the CFO of everything around here.
I'm already in the doghouse from all the ammo and guns I bought lately, and then this reloading stuff was like, oh god, man. Yeah. This reloading stuff was a pretty penny, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's expensive to get into. And you just got into reloading?
Just got into it within the last month. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a crazy
something I'd wanted to do for forever, you know, and I just kept, because back when I really seriously almost did it, I mean, it was so cheap. Ammo, 9mm and 5.56, which is most of what I shoot, was so cheap, you know. I put it off because it wasn't worth hardly me bending over and picking up the brass at that time, you know.
Yeah, totally.
But that's one of the biggest regrets I have, is not doing it sooner. I really regret that.
And not buying every single primer you could possibly.
Every one of them, yeah.
Primers are tough.
Yeah,
they
are. Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys getting any kind of primers in?
My logo,
No, Hank, we've never really carried much reloading stuff, but you know, as far as like the primer stuff, I mean, from everything we've been told, the manufacturers, they're all sitting on their primers because they don't know if they're going to be able to get more. So that's part of what's hindering production.
I believe it. Yeah. That makes sense.
Are you seeing it in the stores? I think you were just about to talk
My
about that.
local shops, they carry. I've got one local shop that carries powder and primers, and I really hit the jackpot on powder a couple weeks ago. But the primers are crazy rare, and it's like the ammo. If you're not there when they put those primers on the shelf, you can forget it. You're not going to get them. But the powders, like I say, I got, and the really bad thing about reloading is if you don't have a local source, the hazmat fee is going to tear you up having to order it online. I mean, the hazmat fee is sometimes as much or more than the powder that you buy. So it's just, it kills you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to come up with different, there's got to be some different ways to do this. I don't know, some genius out there.
Well, you know, you got guys out there, the mad scientists now, they're reloading their primers. They're figuring out the right compound, but you're getting into really sketchy stuff when you're messing with crazy explosives right there. So you got to be very careful what you're doing on that.
Yeah, we had the guy on the show, I can't remember his name right now, that came up with the new kind of bullet. With the new, it has a whole completely different metallurgy and all that on this bullet. And he said that was one of the next things that he was going to be working on. So,
that's some tricky stuff.
I know we talked about 3D printing briefly. Have you guys seriously considered? I know timing is a thing. That's what you said. But have you considered getting a 3D printer?
I honestly haven't before now. I mean, you really got me seriously thinking about it, just flashing those files up, to be honest with you. I've never considered it because I've loved the Polymer 80s and I've got AR lower 80%ers that I do myself here too. So that's so easy to do right now because it's almost done, you know.
Yeah,
and
but
not near cost prohibitive as the whole 3D printer.
Yeah, go ahead, Dylan.
I need them to make a file that says DillSpec.
DillSpec. I'm sure
for ARs.
Yeah, I'm sure you can add that, really easily.
I'm sure too.
Yeah, I'm sure you can add that to your. I'm sure you can add that to the file. So you can basically, the way that it works is you could get the gun that you get the files for the gun that you're looking for. And you have to bring it into a kind of 3D software, right, to manipulate it and all that kind of stuff, and to send it to print. And so you can add all these things that you want to in there, or you could laser it afterwards. There's a lot of different ways to do this stuff. And according to, let me see, I'll share my thing here. According to okay, this is currently unavailable. But I mean, I'm seeing like $400 to $500 for Ender Pro 5.
That's not bad, honestly.
Yeah, on Amazon, $3.99.
I mean, that's really not bad.
Yeah, so
that's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you have to buy the printing spools and things like that.
Right.
So there is a curve. You got to get the machine. I think it comes with some basic stuff to get going. And then you've got to get your supplies, and you need a software, and then you need the skills to manipulate that software and figure out like what orientation you want to print and all that kind of stuff. But I would definitely recommend that people out there think about it.
Yeah, that's not bad, even for the startup, because even these 80% AR lowers, these aluminum lowers I'm doing, I mean, which I had, you're talking about a drill press, the jig, the routers. I mean, there's a little bit of equipment there too, so that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually.
But it's never as easy making your own guns as people think. It's not like we're not at a space where you could just press a button, it prints out a whole gun, and you're good to go.
Right.
There's complications on certain things. Certain things are metal. You've got your barrels, that have got lines and grooves and all that kind of stuff. That's not so easy to do, although I think they're working on that. It's a lot of different things, and you have to tweak it. It's just, I think this is why I was asking you about the 80%ers, because I have never found those to be as straightforward and easy as everyone thinks. You do have to tweak those. I'm not saying it's not impossible at all. I think it's easy, but the manufacturers that, like, if you complain about something you buy from a manufacturer and it doesn't work, when you build it, it's more so, right?
Yeah, if you mess it up, I mean, you're right. You have to have a little tinkering knowledge, because it's just not like you say. You're not going to take a pair of dikes and clip a couple tabs and boom, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you're good. I mean, there is some smoothing and some finessing to be done. And if you're not handy, I mean, you could hack your way through it, but you're not going to have a reliable firearm. You can make it very simply, but to make it reliable as factory, that takes a little bit of finesse. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And as LV Louis Cipher says here, when you build it, it's on you.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
No factory warranty.
Now,
mm-hmm.
yeah, but now, see, I'm a tinkerer. I mess with all kind of stuff. So for me, it's like these guns, these Polymer 80s I have, you would never be able to tell they didn't roll off the factory. Never be able to tell if I showed it to. And even like my friends, my family that I've showed them to, they're like, what kind of gun is this, man? I was like, I made this. Oh, no way. And then when I flip it over and it's got the blank serial number plate, they're like, oh my goodness, man. You know?
Right.
Show me how.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil Dog says filament is like primers and reloading. You will go through it quicker than you think. And
I
that's
believe
true.
it. Those spools, yeah.
Yeah, and Black Sword Shinobi says Joe Biden is lying about ghost guns. Yeah, you can't put a ghost gun. I don't know. That's even a stupid. My apologies for even repeating their stupid language on the whole ghost gun situation. But yeah, those things, you can't put those together as easily as people think. And there's a lot easier way for people to get their hands on guns. And
especially the aluminum ARs. You're talking about some work, buddy. You can't just slap that together. You're talking about some major time and effort to get those done. Major time and effort.
Yeah, are they going to ban machines and ban hands to be able to craft the weapons?
They'll probably try.
Yeah.
Are they going to serialize like I know Mac already has the first bump stock with his finger.
Right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they will try, man. They will go after, they are trying to go after 3D printers. And other things out there, right? They're trying to go after every single part on when it comes to the 80%ers. They, I mean, we talked about that last week, right? They want everything serialized, including a slab of metal.
Yeah. That's insane, yeah. Because, they screwed up. The dumbest thing ever was to make the lower of an AR the actual firearm. That was their own stupidity right there. Now that's so far gone that they can't turn back at this point. That was the dumbest thing to say, that the lower is the firearm. That was the dumbest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the AFT is trying, which is not good. They're trying to change the definition to where the upper has to be serialized to where you can't.
It's so late now, though. Like we were saying with those files. Look how many of them are out there. I mean, I've got stacks of uppers, man. Like, it's too late.
I think. For them, it's probably not too late. I think that they are attempting to criminalize Americans. That's really what they're.
That's what it's about.
You got it. You're right on.
Not anything to do with crime. And
you're right on right there.
I really enjoyed your episode the other day with the former AFT agent with Walther.
Yeah, you're talking about Vince Sheffield.
Vince, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't agree with him on everything, but if our government had more people like him, you wouldn't have a lot of the issues that it had.
Yeah, I think that overall he was a good agent, probably from the old school of when those guys believed in their job and what they're doing. There's certain things that he sticks to, like he has a lot of loyalty, obviously, for the folks that he served with in law enforcement and the law, like when we argued about whether or not there's too many laws and all that kind of stuff. But I think he's a good guy. He criticizes them as much as he lifts them up.
The question that I would have liked to have asked him, like when you talked to him about the machine gun ban, and he goes, "Well, you can still buy one if you want it." Well, the question I would have asked him is, do you think it's appropriate for me to have to wait over a year to get it approved and have to pay a minimum of probably $15,000-$20,000 if I can You know, if I have a concealed carry permit and I have all this other stuff, why do I have to wait this long and pay this exorbitant amount of fees?
Yeah. You know, yeah, I think that there's always a lot of questions for Vince when he comes on, because he's a guy, you know, willing to get up here and take those tough questions. By the way, I'm trying to get the snippets up from that. There's still a bunch of snippets out there, because I know not everyone has time to look at the whole long 2-hour podcast when we do that kind of stuff. These podcasts are fun. I think for the folks who are actually watching this, it's fun. The 2 hour goes by fast, but you know, I am making that into snippets and putting it out there. And there's a lot more of it. I don't know if you watched the whole podcast or just the snippet, Dylan.
I did the whole thing. Like
Okay.
I you know, whenever you and Walter are on, I always try to, you know,
okay.
watch the whole thing generally.
Okay, understood. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. What were you going to add here, Tools?
No, I was just going to say you hit the nail exactly on the head by saying they're trying to criminalize us, and that's where they're going to do it. I tell people all the time they don't have to make anything. They don't have to really ban anything or take away. They don't have to confiscate anything. They want to criminalize you and make you hide it. That's where they're going to get us. They're not going to come door to door and get your guns. Now, I don't ever believe that's going to happen, that they're going to come to your door and try to get your guns. But if they criminalize those, if they outlaw those guns, or if they take manufacturer liabilities away or threaten financial institutional backings, they got us. They're going to try to criminalize us and make us hide these guns. And if they do that, they've won. Period. They don't have to come take it.
Yeah.
And it's been going on in California since the mid 80s. That's I believe we are right now where California was right before, I believe, 1989 when they passed their law.
Yeah.
It's just taken longer for it to come to the whole country.
You know, it's going to come down to, though, who is going to comply with this, who is truly going to comply, because you get so many people, I'll never comply, and cold dead hands and this and that. But listen, man, when they threaten your entire livelihood, your entire life, and they say you're a felon, who is not going to comply? I'm not going to. I can promise you. I'm one of those cold dead hands guys. Right. But there's some people who aren't.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to come down to.
I think there's probably going to be a lot more people who are not going to comply. The problem is, like you just said, is when they come to the individual. So someone, because all the states, including Florida, have stupid red flag laws. Someone red flags you for whatever reason, they show up. You know, even if your state, and this is why it's really important for the states that are doing they're doing declarations that are protecting the state from anti-Second Amendment laws that go up there. They need to have teeth, because if someone red flags you and these guys show up and then they find these things that you're not supposed to have, that opens, you know, for the federal government to come in there and go, well, you're not supposed to have that. That's felony.
And Hank, if you don't mind me, I got to say something, speak freely. You know, I do like the governor of Florida, but instead of focusing on his run for president, he needs to really be trying to, you know, repeal the red flag laws and some of the other things. I read an article the other day in The Truth About Guns, how it said how with a Republican supermajority that constitutional carry can't move in Florida. And I think that's complete bullshit, considering, you know, we're up to 20 states that have it, and you have a Republican supermajority. I
think that you're talking about the Republicans here that are not trying to put that stuff forward.
Right. I think it's mainly in the Senate. They're blocking it from what I've read.
Yeah, because we have a lot of rhinos in Florida. That's just the bottom line of I think what's happening here. Just a lot of rhinos.
But you know, I like DeSantis, but I haven't really heard him, you know, get aggressive or, you know, attempt to get some of this stuff passed or repealed. And I'm a little disappointed in him because, you know, I'll tell you this, like, and I don't mean to get on a tangent or anything, but all these socialists, you know, they vote to shut Nevada down, shut California down, but then they go to Florida for vacation because that's the only place that's open. Yeah.
We should.
And what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Except
with DeSantis,
we need their money. We need their money, though. So.
Right. And what's going to happen with DeSantis is, you know, if he loses re-election for the governor of Florida, you know, Florida, there's going to be nowhere to run to for vacation. Every place is going to be shut down.
I would
And
hope that he doesn't. I would hope that he runs again for governor of Florida, and I would hope that he would win that.
right, I would too. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, he's so focusing on going to New Hampshire, making all these presidential appearances. And my whole thing is, he needs to really be concerned about not screwing his home state.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he doesn't decide to run, he needs to find somebody that can run to take his place, because that's going to put Florida in a really bad space, because you're already went backwards from Rick Scott.
I would see. So with Rick Scott gave a directive to the state senate, and Congress here to come up with the gun control when we got it here in Florida. So I think DeSantis can give a directive to these guys and say, hey, I want you guys to repeal that stuff. We want this, we want that. I'm not sure that he's doing it. I would agree with what you're saying. I think that he needs to work harder on getting that done. I did talk about this. There was an article and some stuff that's coming out there in regards to some of that stuff. Let me see if I could pull this up and share this with you guys. So if you remember the gun-free zones thing that happened, let's see if I can get this in here. This was in the Orlando Sentinel, right? This article: Florida legislature okays carrying guns at churches with schools. So the legislature has, let's see, here it goes. A proposal that would let people with concealed weapons licenses pack heat at churches and other religious institutions that share properties with schools is heading to Governor Ron DeSantis. The Republican-controlled Senate on Tuesday voted 24 to 16 along party lines to give final approval to the measure HB 259, which passed the House last month. DeSantis' office did not immediately reply to a question about whether the governor will sign the bill. So just to quickly explain to people who are not in Florida, or maybe people who are here, so basically with this gun control stuff that they passed a few years ago, and the gun-free zones, you can't have guns in schools, right? And why does that affect churches? Because if
Connected to a school.
Yeah, most churches have some kind of Sunday school or something like that going on. So technically they're connected to a school. So people going to those churches, which they've been doing anyway, if they had to defend themselves in that church, in that county, if there's some liberals in there, they could come in and go after that person for saving the other people in the congregation. So that's what this is about. Now, all of the gun control stuff they put in should be overturned, right? But overall, I would say this is still a good bill, and I'm glad that it passed all the way through. Now the governor needs to sign it, but they need to dismantle the rest of the nonsense that they put into place. And that really comes up to us as the citizens of Florida and folks out there in other states that this is happening, to push back against these guys and make them pay attention and make them do something about it.
We just had something similar go down in Virginia, except it wasn't a good side. It was on the opposite direction. Virginia is run by complete liberals right now. It's a shame. It basically
Governor
looks like the map
Blackface.
of this country. What they just passed a few months ago went through both houses. I think the governor has already signed it. If not, he will. But not only now can you not carry on school grounds, you cannot carry your gun into a building where school administrative business is being held. No school on the ground. Board of Education, the whole 9 yards, anything like that. It passed right through Virginia. Flying colors, man.
Gun-free zones cost lives, man. I don't think.
Absolutely.
These guys aren't getting the picture on that. So
I think 97% of all public mass shootings have been in a gun-free zone.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Virginia's have really been under attack lately because we're completely controlled by liberals. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Shout out to Gorillas and Guns. I see him out there. He says, hey, another Virginian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That reminds me of John Carter of Mars. Virginia. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I hope that DeSantis, if he really look, I'm fine with him trying to become president, but do more for Florida first.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, run again, win again, do some things for Florida, put Florida back on the right track. A lot of what he did over the last year and several months has helped Florida stay afloat. So push that forward, man, and use that as a as a sign to the rest of the country of what could be done, and do some good stuff for Florida, and then we'll all be in there supporting you to, run to become president and all that kind of
The
stuff.
bad thing about it is it's not even just locally though. It's federally even. Instead of worrying about who's going to be president, do something for our rights. I mean, the Republicans, when you get down to it, they're no better. I mean, they haven't advanced our rights at all. None of them has. None of them.
They do the bare minimum to stay in their position.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's not enough pressure, and I think it goes back because we had it all on one monolithic organization, right? Most of that pressure went to the NRA. All the gun companies out there gave their money to the NRA, and then that just became the thing of like, you don't really have to support other 2A organizations. You don't really have to do much, or use your social media status or your soapbox for these companies to get out there and fight for the Second Amendment. It all got left in the lap of the NRA, and obviously corruption. With all that money came corruption. And greed, and that's how we got where we are now. And there are companies, I think, that are out there fighting for the Second Amendment, but still, I think we have a lot of the companies. They've kind of got that stuff on pause because right now they're selling every single thing they manufacture. So why worry about it?
I agree. It's a shame, but I agree. And it's really a shame that they're feeling that way if they are, because we're the ones who have put them where they are. I mean, and it's like they're turning their backs on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Vanessa Kitty has a good comment here. She says most military zones are gun-free zones. Actually, any weapons not allowed, not just firearms, VA properties. And even I saw, like, in the camping world, which I didn't realize until recently, there's actually specific military camps for people who are in the military or veterans, where you can go with your RVs and stuff like that, and if you can prove that you are prior military or current military, you can stay there, right? And on those properties, you can't defend yourself.
Wow.
So if you're a retired military guy and you're traveling around the country in your RV and you try to stay on these properties, you technically can't defend yourself on there.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it sucks. We need to do something about that, but I think that what we really need to do, we need to start with getting rid of the traditional politicians that are out there, and we need to get just regular people back into actually serving. And I know that's not easy. Everyone worries about, I don't want people digging into my life and all up in my business. But we do have to really step up and do this. Otherwise, the professional politicians are going to rule.
And I'm gonna tell you what: if it doesn't happen soon, and these that's in control now keep going the way they're going, it's going to be impossible because they're trying to make it almost impossible to swing that pendulum back the other way.
With the way they want to federalize elections, I mean, we're one step away from our votes being, just to where we don't even have a close to a say.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, from the last elections, which they pretty much got away with, it looks like, I don't know what kind of faith we can have in the elections unless we make drastic changes to ensure the validity, regardless of what direction it goes in, right? It's not like I don't want it so that the person, who I want to win always wins. I want it so everyone feels like, hey, these are fair, honest elections.
Right.
This is
I agree totally. Yeah,
that's what we all need. Otherwise, we're going to reach a point where people go, "Yeah, I'm done with this."
Yeah, you're right.
And
that's what they want in the end. They want people to say, "I'm done with it. Y'all handle it." Because look who's in power now. They want to keep it. So
yeah. And you can say, when I don't know if y'all remember, but when those Georgia Senate races happened a while back, the special elections, they say that a lot of people on our side sat out because they were so frustrated about, what happened in the presidential race. And that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. That's really what I worry about. So, we'll see. 42 Chilled says rope can fix things. Yeah, it would have to, like, if the people just give up and don't do anything, these guys will just do whatever they want to do. I think at some point, folks need to start taking back, and it starts from like just the local stuff. Take back your where you live, your local counties, and then expand that out, you know, eventually to the states, and then eventually to the countries. And hey, if there's country, there's like a gnat flying around here. If there's parts of the country that want to do all this crap, then we should just separate from them, you know. And when their ideas and their crazy policies don't work, they should go down the drain, and we could step in and buy them out or whatever it is.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, what, like, it's to that point. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the way to do it before we all get into a civil war, which, yeah, you know, I mean, we've
Nobody
talked about
wants
that
civil
before.
war. Let's just get, I mean,
Yeah,
let's be real. Nobody wants the country at war.
yeah, no,
Nobody
I don't.
does.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, listen, we are actually we're butting up on 9 o'clock here already. Believe it or not, time's been flying here, man.
I know, man. You get
Yeah,
running your mouth, you could sit here
yeah.
and talk about stuff all night.
Absolutely. I was going to ask Dylan what's going on with this. You need to get some headsets, Dylan, because it seems like those headsets of yours are aggravating you or something.
They
Yeah.
are. I spend all my budget on guns and ammo, man. I told you, I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah. You know, you need to get one of those
Uh,
Cougars to gift you like a nice
there you go.
a nice
Get your
headset,
sugar
man.
mama.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's right.
You got to get your
That's
gigolo
right.
on here, you know. I'm not trying to encourage you in a bad direction.
I
That's right,
love it.
man. I gotta make it back out next year at SHOT Show, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, don't wait for that. Do not wait for that, man.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
not.
Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna actually even see another SHOT Show.
I'm with you. It's such a disaster. It's just
Mm,
with how busy we are at the store. To be frank with you, I
mm-hmm,
can't get an off day to say. We just can't take off right now because it's just too
mm-hmm.
busy.
Yeah, I could just imagine how that goes. All right, so listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with Dylan, and I'm gonna have him tell you guys where you can follow him, support him, and all that. So Dylan, what are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram now. DillSpec 556 is my name.
Mm-hmm.
You can message me or whatever anytime. Also, if you ever want to call the store and just say hi or have any questions or anything, our number is 502-657-6488. And even if you just want to say hi, feel free to call. Our phones stay pretty busy, but I'm always happy to, get back with you.
Yeah. So while you're talking here, I'll run it in. DillSpec 556. He's got a nice suit on in his. For anyone who's listening.
He's advertising for those
Oh yeah,
Cougars.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So you can put in like my request just went in. I guess I forgot that from the last time. So I just put my request in there so you can approve it. So there you go. If you guys who want to, the folks out there who want to see that, go follow him on there. I think that's a good way to keep in touch with DillSpec and what's going on with him. And so Tools and Targets, where's the places for you, man? What are you on Instagram also?
I'm easy because I'm not on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or nothing else, man. You could see my channel on YouTube at youtube.com/toolstargets, or you can email me at toolsandtargets@yahoo.com.
Okay, so how come you're not up on the Instagrams or anything like that, man?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Oh,
Simple
you're about
as
to get
that.
it. Oh, you're
I
about to
absolutely hate them. I hate Instagram. I hate all those social media networks. I hate them.
Yeah. Listen, for me, they're just a means to an end. It's a good way to promote the different things that you're doing. And you totally have the right to do it, but I would suggest that you get up on some of that stuff just to help, get some more support in for what you're doing. I know it's going to add to the workload of what you have to do and all of that, but I think it's a good idea. And I know they also have problems and there's issues. Parler's back. I've been using that. There's Mines as well, which is on the blockchain. So there's some good things out there, alternatives to that if you don't want to do the traditional
Yeah,
stuff.
I could definitely see the use as far as getting out and networking, but I'm just
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah.
For sure. It's definitely a lot. All right, so listen, I want to thank Walther Arms for sponsoring us. I'm actually going to run in the end, and then we're going to come back, and someone's going to drop words of wisdom on us. Dylan, should we give it to Tools and Targets to drop the words of wisdom? I think so.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, we'll do that. So let's run that in right now, and we'll be right back. You guys stay right there. Coming right back. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Been a fun show. I hope you guys enjoyed it here. Make sure you smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. We're going to rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all the other places you get your audio podcast from. Just a little public service announcement. The best podcast on earth, the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, is not going to be broadcasting tomorrow, Thursday, because I've got some work that I need to be doing here on the van all day, so that's going to pretty much have me tied up, and I'm going to have to miss out on that. I'm not sure about Friday yet. I think Lola's figuring that out, and she'll let me know. So no show tomorrow. We're going to go to Tools and Targets to drop some words of wisdom on us.
I think the most important thing I could say is, as all gun people, as Second Amendment rights supporters, we got to stop this infighting. We've got to stop the competition. We've got to stop the animosity between each other. We've got to stick together because, listen, if we don't hang together, we'll hang separately, and that's a fact. So all I can say is we have to stick together and we have to work together no matter which kind of roads of life we come through. We've got that one thing in common, and we've got to stick together.
Absolutely. Well said. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We're out of here. You two stay right there. We're out. Thanks so much to all the folks out there. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you when we're back. Peace. We're out.